Welcome to Craft Time. It's G2. It's a craft of the mind. So what I'm doing now is making some targets for my target range for my air gun that does not shoot anything. Because apparently air guns are complicated business. So like your normal air compressor and air tank that you get like for a shop, they have like 5-gallon tanks and they have like 150 psi. And the gun uses a 3000 psi. So you can only exchange air from a higher to a lower pressure, I think is how it works. So you can't use a normal air compressor to fill it up. It seems really complicated. And then they got these things called shoebox compressors. I don't know. I'm just doing arts and crafts in the meantime until I figure it out. I'm going to research all next week because I'll be at work at a place where YouTube works, so I can look on YouTube. So I'm taking some cardboard, cutting it into circles, and I guess I'll tape it onto this pieces of cardboard like this. This one's 9 3/4 inches wide, so I can put it in my little barrier that I kind of repurposed. So we got different sizes of circles. I got my cutting board on the back side so I don't scratch up the first side. I cut my meat and stuff on. This is an IBC Black Cherry. I'm gonna take this. Let's see if that covers that up. Got different sizes. Is this one gonna be 2? Oh, that's about right. Okay. I got an X-Acto knife here. So I'm just gonna X-Acto cut around in a circle. And now nothing. Okay. Apparently I'm not going to be able to start one of those crafty panda channels. How hard do you got to cut with an X-Acto knife? Should I just mark it and then scissor it? Man, this thing is like not very sharp, or I don't know. This BB, ooh. This one's bigger. I need a bigger circle. Hang on, I'll go grab one. Alright, oh, forgot about this. I gotta be quick now because I'm cooking some mac and cheese. Got like 15-20 minutes. I gotta go eat. But what was I saying? Oh, I need a bigger circle. Which one of these is bigger? These are about the same. So I got these things. I eat a lot of these Margaret Holmes brand like beans, and they got the Italian green beans are good. The mixed greens are good. Collard greens are good. And I always keep these because it's cool looking. I like the font. I was gonna figure out if I could make something out of them. Like a wind chime, maybe. Like I'm gonna pop a hole through these, and I was gonna make a wind chime, but I guess I could just hang them and shoot them as targets, and then they'll just spin. And you got to see the one that's like facing you, and you shoot it. Like I'm thinking about getting really into this target range thing. Like the target range itself is so sick. What I want to do is I want to get like a windshield wiper motor out of an old car. That'd probably be pretty easy to get. And then it'll like go back and forth, and you put your target on it, and you have a little moving target. You gotta hook it up to like a battery, car battery. That'd be pretty dope. So it doesn't look as round if you use scissors. I don't know how I'm gonna put these on. I don't really have any double-sided tape. I don't have any paste. This is a freaking kindergarten. I got popping shit off. Look at that. So that's pretty cool. So now I'm gonna take a circle of this Munchies logo. Frito-Lay. Oh, there's one on the back too. Cheetos. These are gonna be some small ones. This one here, I can do that with the ragu size one. And then on this side, that gonna be too small? Yeah, that's too small. We'll get him with this. What about this? What do we, oh, the chef. Obviously, we got a face on this. So we can get headshots. Easy game. You know, stuff like this, just being creative. It's ways to spend your time when you're coronavirus quarantining, you know, chilling at the house. Do I have a piece of tape? Oh, look at this. Resourcefulness. How far away, how deep does this go? Okay, so we're gonna do some corner pieces. Alright, so we put this like here. And we staple them on there. Bingo, look at that. Shaping up. Where's our munchies at? Get them munchies. Yeah, so basically when you get done, I put one more in there in the corner. That center one's a little bit off, but it'll look something like that. And we slide this in our little rack, and we got 5 targets per slot. Something to do when you're busy, like, or you're not busy when you're stuck at home. I gotta go stir my mac and cheese. Oh shit. If you have 3 things that are round and different sizes, you can draw your own targets. And just out of this one Amazon box, wait a minute, I could actually probably, well, see, those are kind of thin. But like, I got 8 pieces of 9 3/4 inch wide targets, so I can just draw on, or I could use these things, staple them on there, tape them on there, glue them on there, whatever you want to do. So I could, you can't really do 5 targets, but you can do 2 maybe. These are pretty thin, so we'll just draw. Take something that's round. Like that. Our X-Acto pellets. It's going to be our second. Maybe even, that's too small. What's this one? Yeah, that's probably better. I wrote down a bunch of things I needed to buy, and one of the things was stencils, but I don't know what it was for. I don't remember why I wrote down stencils. Maybe stencils of like animals. I could get like some squirrel cutouts, and then you spray paint the shape of a squirrel, and then you're shooting at a squirrel's head. I have so many good ideas. Like, I always wanted to open up my own like paintball arena using your key cards and stuff for like buildings, and have objectives and stuff. See, those ain't too bad. But then you put a little dot in the middle for a bullseye. If you want to go the cheap route and not buy your own targets, do a little arts and crafts time. I mean, that's going to slide right into my little barricade. Yeah, my barricade. And see, once I start shooting through the middle of the barricade, will it still have those rails? I mean, I guess I'll eventually have to figure something else out if I shoot it too much. But I actually just did order the Yonghang air pump. Man, this shit is expensive to get into. If you want to go like a hand pump route and spend $200 and pump everything yourself, why not just spend an extra $150 and get a Yonghang pump? And then I got like the fitting for it was like $15, and they charged me $6 shipping. But then the Honey app gave me like a $17 discount on the compressor, so that kind of made up for all that. But it's gonna be like the 11th through the 12th, I think, when the compressor gets here, and then the fitting will be in like on the Sunday after that, and then the 18th I might get my metal detector. You know what else I'm thinking about buying? I need to make a whole video about like stuff I'm planning on buying. Those ghost hunter shows, they have those little RF readers, radio frequency, the little the ghost box or whatever. Because I'm thinking if I go to a lot of caves or somebody claims that something's haunted, I could take those things and make a video out of it. Not that I believe any of that crap. I really have to bend over to get into the frame here. But You know, I think it'd be cool for just to have some. If it's like cheap, they're like $30 or something. I'll get a little squawk box thingamajigger, like radio scanner, just for the hell of it, just to make videos with. So, yeah. Pro tip, everyone. Campbell's soup can or SpaghettiOs would be just as good. What do you see right there? An O, right? We got a target. One target. Take the lid off. What do you see there? Another target. And it's got its own little stand. Look at that. It stands itself right up. So you put it on your target range. Bing! Knock it over. 2 targets for the price of 1 can of soup. What do you do with the soup cans that don't have the tab on the top? Well, take a Pringles can. Also has a target built in and a target on the bottom. And a target itself. Take all your soup can lids, throw them in there. Now you have a container for, you can use all those first. When you get done with all of those, shoot this. There's so many things you can shoot. Let's try this one a little differently. I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to put him in the center. I'm going to staple him twice. This is just reusing trash. It was on my back porch that I needed to throw away. I'm going to take, let's see. Is that going to be big enough? I think it will be. I'll make some small targets to the corner. Got to get my Uncle Rusty out here. He would love this kind of shit. My Uncle Bruce would have really liked this, but he died like a year and a half or so ago. He's the one that kind of really got me into air gunning. He had one of those little Crossman pistols with the CO2 tanks. Kind of like my old fake Gammo. This one might still work. I think there was something wrong with the loading mechanism where you see that pops out like that. It's got this forward spring, kind of a cocking mechanism or something. How does it work? Wait, you pull this forward. Yeah, then you put all your pellets into there, and then this like springs back and like loads them in a line. Snap that down. Pop, 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 pop. So it might still work. I think I had problems with it though. But yeah, my uncle, we went to his house like in the wintertime. He had one of those Crossman guns, and he put like a plastic cup out on his front porch. He started blasting it and like knocking chunks out of it. I was like, oh man, this is amazing. I used to have one of those Crossman rifles, not the Daisy lever action ones, but it was like a pump. See, those ones you pump it up like 10 times and it makes a little chamber of compressed air and it shoots out that way. Then you got the Springer guns that has a spring that pushes against a little chamber of air and compresses it really fast and shoots it out. So those might be more efficient, the Springers, as far as not spending $600-700 just to get started and still being able to like kill squirrels and birds and stuff. I'm not sure I'll be able to show everything that I go hunting on. I'm not sure what the rules are on YouTube about. Like I saw somebody kill a pig with one today on YouTube. Nobody said a word about that. Wasn't any PETA guys in his comments? The pig was like flopping around with his legs kicking like he was in pain, and it was like, good job. You got that pig. Like, I guess pigs in Texas are so an invasive species that they just want to get rid of them. Nobody cares. It's like deer in like New Jersey or Connecticut or wherever, those are really bad. But like today I saw 2 big geese flying over and landing in this pond near work. I was like, man, I know it's not quite legal, but I'd like a big goose in my freezer. Stuff like that though, can't admit to doing if I ever did something like that, which I have not. But in the future I might. Look at that. We got a pizza man and we got 4 extra targets fit on one little. See, now I feel like I wasted some space on this one because I could have fit maybe another target or 2 in there. All good things. Are these going to be able to be visible from like 50 yards? It should be, right? I need to like spray paint it orange first. I don't know. Anyhow, this has been Arts and Crafts with T2. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I'll actually be shooting my gun by then.